This one's a long shot, so it's
No,
that's why
it's okay. It's called editing.
Forward. My very first experience with coffee that I can remember was when my parents took me and my brother camping up by Yuba River for a long 2 weeks every summer. When you camp near Sacramento, it gets scorching hot during the day and really cold when the sun goes down. So the mornings are really chilly, and I remember hiding deep inside my down sleeping bag, but I could hear my parents banging around on the pans, and I can hear the clangings of spoons and spatulas, forks, knives. They were making breakfast. There was freshly caught, gutted, and filleted, floured, salt and peppered, pan-fried rainbow trout that we caught from the lake the day before. There was nothing like the smell of trout being fried with bacon fat, fried up crisp. Then eggs would be fried up last, and coffee percolating in an old tin pot. My brother and I didn't drink it, but the smell of those things, all together, coffee, pine trees, and clean air, was a good memory. This is probably why I love breakfast, particularly bacon and eggs. The second time I remember experiencing coffee in a big way, when I was in Japan for 4 months. I was 11. My 9-year-old brother and I had to eat some pretty gross things for our age, including, I remember raw scallops, sea urchin, raw sea urchin, and some weird roots-looking stuff and mushrooms and, I don't know, Japanese cuisine, gourmet, Japanese food. It just, if you didn't grow up with it since day one, it was pretty gross for us. Which is why I'm sure is the reason why I didn't eat sushi or like sushi until I was much older. And even now, I only like mostly cooked sushi toppings. I just can remember being forced to try some of this stuff. But getting back to coffee. This is where and when I tasted coffee for the first time. Kohi, in a small, slender can, not the company Kohi, but way back when canned coffee wasn't even a thing in the States, long before even Starbucks was a thing. A mild-mannered Japanese man apparently invented a way to can coffee with milk and sugar. This cold, creamy, sweet, and canned coffee drink made me a fan for life. Imagine being 11 years old and drinking this creamy, sweet. I never tasted it before. It was delicious. Funny though, I wouldn't drink coffee again until mid-college, and I drank this thing called Senka, which I didn't know was decaffeinated, but it woke me up and it made me feel good. So it must have been the ritual of getting off my ass, boiling water in the kettle, pouring that hot, steamy water into the cup of freeze-dried coffee granules, and smelling that coffee smell. That would wake me up in the middle of the night while I was doing homework. All in all, I still think Senka was probably one of the better tasting beverages I had, and perfect for an unsophisticated palate then. And once in a blue moon, I think I would even drink it now. When I had insomnia, staying up late night after night, year after year for whatever reason, I didn't want caffeine to keep me from getting those few hours of sleep. I was not really affected by caffeine like most people, so I couldn't really use it to stay awake. Now that I've cured my insomnia, I can drink coffee or espresso late at night and still fall asleep the moment my head hits the pillow. Using coffee or caffeine to keep me awake doesn't work. Since I don't like cream and sugar, I can't use the sugar as a stimulant. Hey, speaking of stimulant, caffeine is not a stimulant per se, and I'm not going to speak as an expert, but you drink coffee, it goes into your system, gets to your brain, and blocks the chemicals and hormones that allow you to be calm while also increasing nerve activity, or so I've heard. Studies have shown drinking coffee enhances motor skills, increases cognitive function, and the jury's out, but it seems to also make you more creative. Me, I just like the way it tastes. I like it warm, not iced, not scorching hot, easily drinkable. My favorite way to drink coffee is plain, warm, black. Halfway through my cup in the morning, I'll add breakfast. Most of the time, something simple like sourdough toast with PBJ. Sometimes I'll add eggs and bacon and pancakes or French toast. Yep, more eggs, I know. There's nothing like salty, creamy, sweet, washed down with black coffee. I also love it with something a little sweet. I enjoy the starkness of coffee with the sweetness of daifuku. That's a mochi with sweet azuki bean paste inside. And I know it's a weird combination, but I love it. I'm one of billions of people that drink coffee every day. Almost 80% of Americans start their day with coffee. And here's a shocker. Did you know that Americans are only the 24th on the list of the most drinking coffee country in the world? I'm so enamored with coffee that I assumed we were at least the top 3. But what do I know?